previous opponents, we had to give a bit of respect that weren't there. I think United, there were just too many gaps. It looked like a obviously it was a 4-2-3-1 or something, but off the ball, it looked like a 4-4-4-2. You had Bruno joining Ronaldo. We were just passing through it, if I'm honest with you. And you saw we was having a lot of joy initially down either flank. You know, I think the Lots had two of the best chances for United. He's hit the post twice, so they need to ask themselves some questions. I think it was just too easy for us to pass through them, really. And on top of that, our home form and players like that. You know, De Gea has made 1-2 saves. I just feel it's what you know with Man United. Their attackers are somewhat decent. Their defense will try very hard. You know, Bruno might be on. I think Bruno will get a game time, but it's looking peak under Ten Hag. You know, Bussy, you're right. He's looking peak. So yeah, I think that was a big problem, and that allowed us to play ball and that. Obviously, the goal, as I said, we're attacking fast, we're attacking with intent, we're getting up and down the sides. Obviously, Tavares has kept it in. Long story short, it's eventually found its way to Saka. And Tavares' best strengths are going forward. And this is what I would like my strikers to do on a more regular basis. Obviously, people just follow in. Saka's had a shot. It's a good save from De Gea. You know, defenders from United are gone sleepy. Tavares has bought a raffle ticket, so he's got his first goal. Terrible knee slide, but the cannon he did was quite lit. But he's got his first goal. There you have it. I think, you know, that's one thing I want to see. So that was a good thing I did see. I did feel our fullbacks, they're giving too much problems. Like, again, I can't show you the scale because obviously I'm not going to show handballs. But there was a time where Ben White and Saka are having to overcompensate. And I think Saka, obviously, if we skip forward past the moment I'm about to say, Saka conceded a corner which led to the penalty. The penalty. Where we can remove that. And I think if we just say Cedric's over here for the sake of it, I think Ben White was having to help him out a bit. And there was one time, in the build up to that corner, we've conceded a foul because of Cedric. Obviously, he's just not good enough, if I'm completely honest with you. Even when he's had decent games, you know, anytime he's been tested, there's been problems. Watford today, Leicester, it's just these men are these men are not levels. And man said this stream is giving me heavy Sunday League whiteboard vibes. That's what we're here for, Makili. So yeah, I think our fullbacks were terrible. Somehow Cedric managed to be worse than Tavares. What I'll give Tavares is going forward, somewhat excellent, somewhat defensively toilet. Like that. There was a couple of times Ronaldo was scaring me purely because obviously we're dominating United. We got a bunch of possession, and you know, on the best of days, Arsenal need no introductions to start trying to do this high line thing. Let me push these all back to do this high line thing. I think this high line is where we're getting caught because Ronaldo and Cole have pace on the counter. There was a time where Langa's gone, and obviously Tavares had to get back. He's pushing him, and that there was too many gaps. And I feel when you've got a young man like Tavares out there who's probably not levels and naive, Gabriel, who did nothing wrong, there was too many gaps in this little channel, and that was presenting us problems. And if I was a United fan, I'd be a bit ashamed that we didn't take more of a chance there. One of the goals basically comes from that, or the United's only goal comes from that. Tavares kind of loses the ball. He's tracking back to credit to him, but in that instance, it's more, you know, again, Tavares has lost the ball, but in that instance, if you lot remember correctly, the ball's gone. Ronaldo's won it in the air against Gabriel. He's given it to Sancho, and then obviously plays advanced a bit. It's advanced a bit. Jadon Sancho's eventually with the possession on the left. He's found the man, Matic. Let's put Matic in here now. And obviously, there's no shame, bro. Ronaldo's 30 in it. Ronaldo just showed street smartness. There's no shame in conceding a goal against Ronaldo and things like that, but it's the manner you made it easy for him. Again, one reason Ronaldo is sick and still able to do what he's doing is because he's a thinker. It's about thinking now, and I think in a couple of actions in the 3 goals we've conceded this week, the 3 that we conceded against Palace, the 1 against Southampton, the 2 against Brighton, whether it's following runners, whether it's tucking in, whether it's assessing situations, you can see several moments things are building. I can't lie, it might have been soft, but I think the Elanga one's a penalty as well, man. Now, Elanga's decision making is not the best, but it's definitely better than Rashford's at this moment. But as I was saying, Ronaldo's won the header, so Ronaldo's kind of made this goal. But as plays advanced a bit now, not to scale, but Gabriel and Tavares, Ronaldo's got in between them. Simple put. One of them has to assess that situation. It's a bit like Aspilicueta's. You're not going to beat Ronaldo in the air, yeah, but make it difficult. As a fullback, I'm typically one of the shortest on the pitch. If you can't beat someone in the air, or if he didn't score a header, but you're told to jump into someone, and I think all at that point, all I'm asking for is to put Ronaldo off. Just make it difficult for him. This is where now I keep saying we're an improved defensive side. We're not a good defensive side. We need to start thinking. We're not doing that. Matic has put the ball in. Long story short, Ronaldo has scored. And if you go back to the point I said earlier, game management. We're playing quite well. We've scored our second goal. 2-0 is a dangerous lead. We've conceded almost instantly. Again, that was a theme against Chelsea and has been a theme. You know, credit to Ronaldo, 100 goals. Nice little tribute to his sadly lost his child. You know, thoughts are with his family each and every time. But from an Arsenal perspective, we need to think. I just think against Tavares, leaving the gaps, his best highlights are going forward. And then Cedric's just poor, really and truly. If I'm honest with you, I think I was going to illustrate that same point. To be fair, what Tavares does give you, you know, a result of what leads to eventually Xhaka scoring. There was some good moves because obviously not to scale. They've had a corner, you know. You can tell this is rushed. They've had a corner. Long story short, they've had a corner. It's not banged. Gabriel's headed it out. He's found Tavares. Now Tavares has advanced forward with it, right? He's found Nketiah. Eventually, it's gone into Mr. Granit Xhaka. And then, long story short, now United are in their own half having to defend. This was off the back of, I think, United and Jadon Sancho especially put in, as I said, first 20, 25 minutes of that second half. I know we scored in the 70th, but they were putting pressure on us. And like against Chelsea, I can't lie, it was a thing where both teams could have won, lost, or drawn. And Arsenal, we was trying really hard. Not that we did on purpose, but I think we was trying really hard to kind of fuck things up, you know, because we're very naive. Long story short, yeah, everybody's got forward, and there were some lovely passing moves we put together. But long story short, we've got forward now. We're near their own box. Obviously, we played a couple of passes. They can't get out there half, you know. There's been actually a couple of times where, obviously, El Nene's won the ball for the eventually for the goal, but they've tried to clear it. El Nene's won it eventually. It's then recycled back with like Saka, Odegaard, all of them people. United have again tried to clear their lines. Then, if you remember, crucially, Mr. Bruno Fernandes, who's having a stinker, skipping ahead the phases a bit, he's lost the ball. El Nene, let's put some respect on El Nene and put his name there. El Nene's done what he needs to do and just win the ball. At 11:30 across Twitch and YouTube, by the way, we will be talking specifically about Arsenal. Allegedly, El Nene wants a new deal and whatnot. El Nene's just picked his pocket. You know what time it is. United know exactly what time it is. 30% of Xhaka's goals have come against United. You know what time it is when Xhaka has that ball. I see them even trying to say De Gea is obstructed. I mean, come on now, you're reaching the clock. But, you know, United fans, I see them, they lost, but they're gassing up Jadon Sancho against Cedric. I mean, the bar's on the floor for Man United, especially a club that's been blessed with wingers. Take nothing away from Jadon Sancho. I mean, it just shows that's the standards. But just from that, as I said, sustained pressure in their half, counter-attacking with a bit of intent. Xhaka's done the mad thing, innit? It's as simple as that. There were several things we could have and should have done better, people. Like if I go to my Google Doc sheet, you know me, I love a Google Doc sheet. Where is it now? Don't embarrass me. Where is it? Let's open this shit up again. What is this? Sorry, folks. No, that is one that we need, but that's not that. There is. Let's get this one. So yeah, as I said, the positives to reiterate: 3 points /6 points this week. Fight, commitment, desire. I feel in particular everyone was good, but Saka, Odegaard, Granit Xhaka. Odegaard was a joy to watch. The flicks, all of that. El Nene was good. Xhaka was good. Pardon me, I think Eddie Nketiah had a very good game just by doing the basics of what you want from a striker, running in behind. Should have had a goal, really, but it is what it is. We had some confident passing, some lovely passing sequence. Bit too confident at times and a bit sloppy unnecessarily. You know, there was one where Ramsdale on another day United put that in. And as again, we made a far start, as I was saying, people. As I was saying as well, there was some fantastic passes. Like in the build up to the second goal, man, there was about 20 passes that I counted that were wavy before Eddie scores / VAR gets involved. And they should have just given us the goal on that, man. Like it is what it is. So yeah, really and truly, I did think there were times we dropped our standards. As I said, if I was a United fan, I think there was too many gaps within the team. I think the defense was terrible. I think there was no creation. Only 3 players in Matic, Ronaldo, and Sancho really look like they're on it. Arsenal, it was too easy to play through them. I feel they troubled us, but I don't feel they made it. They you know, Tavares should not come out of that game with an enhanced reputation somewhat. And I think Deluded, as much as Ronaldo's technically put the ball in the back of the net, Deluded's hit the post and the crossbar. So you need to do a lot better. It's Man United's first L in 13 visits to London, allegedly. And for Arsenal, obviously, we need better depth because you know, there's slight shambles. It's slight shambles, people. But yeah, if we look at some of the you know me, I love all of this stuff, people. No player has scored more Premier League goals from outside the box against Manchester United than Granit Xhaka. He's level with Led, Ferdinand, Kevin Phillips, and Steven Gerrard with 3. As Xhaka said, sorry, he loves scoring against Man United. Bruno Fernandes is the first Manchester United player to miss the target with 2 penalties in a single Premier League season since Teddy Sheringham in 97-98. Cristiano Ronaldo is the 4th player to score 100 Premier League goals for Man United. He's up there with Paul Scholes, Wayne Rooney and Ryan Giggs. That's the joint most of any club. Liverpool has 4. Tavares is the first player whose first ever goal for Arsenal came against Manchester United since a certain Freddie Ljungberg in 1998. On the right track. At 20 years of age and 230 days, Saka is the youngest player in the Premier League to score, in fact, Premier League history, to score a penalty in consecutive appearances, confident penalties from the man. You know, the best Egyptian in the league. You know, Mohamed Salah had 2 assists against United. You know, El Nene has 2 assists against United. So, yeah, man, it's an Egyptian figure, as it says, man. Granit Xhaka has scored more goals against Manchester United than any club in his career. You know, he dunks on Pogba for when it's Switzerland, France, and he makes sure that whether Pogba's leaving or not, they're on them. They're all from outside the box. They're all at the Emirates, and they're pretty sure they're all against De Gea. You know, that's the right way. Nuno Tavares is a madman. He had 48 touches, 6 passes in the up box, had 4 duels won, 1 possession 4 times, 3 shots, 3 clearances, 3 fouls committed, 1 chance created, 1 penalty, and a goal. Probably should have had 2 penalties against him, and overall just left too much gaps defensively. So I don't think, you know, I'm still concerned, really. Cristiano Ronaldo, he can't do it all alone, and he had a good game, as you can see, man. He had 39 touches. He had 6 touches in our box, and really, I don't understand what United were doing, because whenever Ronaldo asked questions, there was some change, but you know he ain't got the legs to press for 90 minutes, and he was leading the press. Bruno was a bit baffled, and Sancho looked like he was unsure as well in that regard. So maybe there's something tactically for them to go over. Granit Xhaka's games by number. He's got a yellow card. That's 8 for the season. Ronaldo's got 7. Not too bad for someone that's labelled as a hazard. 81 touches, 69 passes attempted, 66 passes completed, 10 passes in the final third, 4 passes in the up box, 3 ball recoveries, 3 crosses, 2 interceptions, 1 clearance, 1 shot, 1 goal, no fouls, and he wasn't dribbled past. I don't like that dribble past that anyways, but you get the point. For the first time since 1981, Manchester United have lost 4 consecutive away league games. That's City, Everton, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Bracy. Manchester United's last 15 Premier League away games in London, both L's have come against Arsenal at the Emirates. Bruno Fernandes' game by numbers. You know, my captain was standing up to be counted. This guy was losing the ball, was conceding penalties, was trying to get people sent off. He's a fucking bitch, pardon my language. 4 chances created. What was that? 3 shots, 3 tackles, 1 yellow card, 1 penalty missing, 0 shots on target. Don't get it twisted. I don't know if he scores against Chelsea, but sooner or later, Man United will be playing someone that's threatened for relegation, and Bruno Fernandes can stat pad again. Or Bruno probably would have scored that penalty and was able to stat pad. He's what's wrong with football, if I'm honest with you. Saka's game in the first half, you know, they said he's not a big game player. They said he's not a star boy. 29 touches, 10 passes attempted, 18 passes completed, 6 touches in the up box, 4 shots, 3 duels, 3 fouls, 1, 2 ball recoveries, 1 goal, and an overall good performance. Aaron Ramsdale in the first half, just to highlight how shaky we was on the ball. You know, normally Ramsdale's quite solid with the passing, and as a keeper, I know we're playing out from the back, but you're passing the ball less, so you should be up there. He had the lowest passing percent accuracy, and sometimes his passing has been a bit shaky this season, and it's taken somewhat of a wobble. Most league goals plus assists by under 21 players in Europe's top 5 divisions this season. Haaland has 25, Vinicius has 22, Wirtz, who's unfortunately injured, has 17, and the little Chile has 16. Real star boy stuff. None of that odds and a dirty bullshit. Saka has never missed a penalty in the Premier League. He's got a goal against Chelsea and United, you know, to go with goals in big games. Nuno Tavares has had 19 shots in the Premier League, and he's finally scored. I felt I'd highlight that. Manchester United have now conceded in 10 consecutive away games in all comps, people. So they're going to need to do a lot better, as you can see there. Goals and assists for Arsenal this season. Saka has 17, 12 goals, 5 assists. Lacazette has 14, 6 goals and 8 assists. Smith Rowe's got 11 and 2, which puts him at 13. Odegaard has 6 goals and 5 assists. Aubameyang is still up there for 7 goals and 2 assists, so he's had 9. Martinelli's got 8 with 5 and 3. 5 goals, 3 assists, and Pepe's also got 8 with 3 goals and 5 assists. So we're spreading the goals out, not to the level you want to see, but They're starting to be spread out. Paul Scholes is a bit of a pussy, if I'm honest with you. I'm not taking it from someone that bites toes and bites toenails off. You was flipping managed by Sir Alex Ferguson. That's why it's poetic justice that the referee shagged you lot. And you know, you how can you get at Arteta? You know, when Klopp and Pep and all these man and Conte, when they won the league at Chelsea, walking up and down, allow it, man. You're a little Bedina as well. He's coming out. Well, Lingard won't mind me saying this. You know, the dressing room's in disarray. Now Lingard looks like a chatty patty. These legends are everything that's wrong. When you tried the management thing, you fucked up. Maybe if you was a bit like Arteta, you wouldn't have got the clip from Oldham, you muppet. And such a great footballer, terrible pundit. I think Arteta is a disgrace there. He shouldn't be allowed to do that. If you see it again, he actually goes to the crowd to try and influence the referee a little. Oh, you was managed by Sir Alex Ferguson. Allow it, man. I'm not trying to hear that from you, man. Allow it, man. Once again, Bruno Fernandes absolutely stunk up the place. And it's lit to hear that. It's lovely to know that. What's this now? If we go on the Twitter account, which is Bruno people, what have we seen here? Saka is the first player to win a penalty and then score the resulting spot kick in consecutive Premier League games since Ian Wright versus Aston Villa and Spurs in April 1995, the year and month I was born. This is the first time since 2008 that Arsenal have beaten Man United in the Premier League when the Red Devils have scored. Bloody hell. Arsenal have only failed to score in one of their last 16 Premier League matches against Man United. Crazy. No fixture received more penalties than this, people. Rooney, I swear Rooney got his first Premier League goal against us, so it's only fitting he got his 100th, but him and Ronaldo also have that. Granit Xhaka on his own, out on his own, and he has 50 yellow cards for Arsenal in the Premier League. Still some way to go to get Patrick Vieira 72. You'd probably back him to do that. Arsenal have won 5 of the last 7 games against Manchester United at the Emirates. A single loss, a single draw, and 5 victories. Man United don't know what a clean sheet is this season. They've gone 8 games in all comps without a clean sheet. Arsenal now 6 points better off than the equivalent fixtures from last season. Crazy. Only Saka had more touches in the opposition's box than Nuno Tavares, which kind of tells you everything. And I don't know how Bruno Fernandes wasn't sent off. I think it's very funny how Man United fans can, I'm not saying you're not wrong about the penalty, but I mean, call it how you see it. You conveniently missed that one out. I do think if the penalty goes in, it's a completely different game. All 10 of Granit Xhaka's Premier League goals for Arsenal have been scored with his left foot. 30% of his goals in the Premier League have come against United, people. Crazy. Absolutely brazy. So that's lovely stuff there. What's Opta saying? You know me, I love to go down the Opta stats. These are some other general Liverpool ones. Big up Liverpool for beating Everton. Everton, some of their players didn't even pass the ball, man. That was a terrible game to watch, really and truly. So, yeah, make it that what you will. What else have we got? I'm scrolling down purely to find them Arsenal ones, man. I'll pick up all the other teams. I'll be honest, I do not give a monkeys about you lot stick right now. We're riding this 6-point trade until the wheels fall off. Big up Ward Prowse, for the ECA. That was a game still. I'm trying to find all this Arsenal stuff. Don't worry, people, we're gonna get there. Big up Serge Gnabry as well. And obviously, Gab has this at 11:30 across Twitch and YouTube. We're going to be going over that. Come on. We're going to get there. Come on. We're not missing a beat. Come on. That's Shaka's. Just making sure I ain't missed a damn thing out. I don't think we missed a damn thing out.